All right, somebody else sends you a document, a flat PDF. Maybe you have the buyer and a listing agent sent you the contract of sale and it's ready to be signed. You looked it over. Maybe it could be a number of things. Maybe it's an addendum that somebody sent you over after you're under contract. It could be literally anything, or just for your own personal life. This is how you get how you use DocuSign when somebody sends a document over to you. So you're going to go to DocuSign Rooms. You're going to log into the room for your transaction. So you should already have that open. If you don't, my advice is to start in Command, add the contact, open up an opportunity for that contact, and then click on Documents and then start a transaction, right? So you can get a room, and then come into DocuSign Rooms, find your room. Okay, so this is I'm the buyer's agent, and I just got the contract in my email from the listing agent for 608 Broad Street in Riverton. So open it up, click on Documents, click on Add from Computer. Now I need to find that PDF that was sent to me. Here it is. So I add it right here. Oops. Here's that PDF. So I'm going to upload it, drag and drop it there, and there it is. You could also put it in a folder somewhere or save it to the desktop. Then I can do Add from Computer, and I could look on my Downloads folder. I can find it that way. You could save it to your desktop, look on your desktop and find it, right? Just uploading a file here. You also can just simply drag it right into here. You literally can just drag the document from wherever it is. Maybe it's in your Downloads folder. You can just drag it right here. See how it says drag and drop your files? Let go. Now it's in there. So now you can click on the checkbox. I know this is good to go, so then I click on the pen. The reason we have to drag and drop signatures is because this was a flat PDF. So DocuSign isn't smart enough to look at this PDF that somebody else sent us and say, oh yeah, that's a contract of sale. They should have the buyer initials here, the seller initials there. So that pre-tag roles thing doesn't work when somebody else sends you a PDF. So you would do add recipients, so see how it's not there? That only works when you fill the form out directly in DocuSign. So you can click on room participants if they're in here. Find them, so find whoever you need to sign this. So I need the buyer to sign it. Let's just say this is my buyer, and then I need to sign it as well. So I'm going to check myself off, and I can hit add selected, or I could just do add recipient from email address and put their name in here and their email here. So that's the buyer, and then I'll add recipient from email, and then I'll add the agent as well. So I'm just going to put myself on here. Actually, I'll add somebody. I'll pretend to add the buyer here. Done, add selected. So now we have myself as the agent and the buyer on here. This is going to be the email subject to the buyer, so I'm going to change this to say 123 Main Street, and I like to say contract docs attached. Please DocuSign. So he knows, there's no confusion. These are the contract docs. We need to sign these quickly. So then hit next. And now you got to do the admin work. You got to drag and drop the signature fields and the initials. So I like to zoom out a little bit so we can see more. I'm going to do like 125 here. Okay, good. So now we just need to drag and drop the signatures. So we can see we represent the buyer, Clyde, and I'm pretending to be the buyer's agent, so this should say my name here. So I need to sign there, so I can click signature, drag and drop. I can even shrink this up here. Boom. My buyer needs to sign here, so if I look up at the top left here, there's a drop down, so I can click on that and then click on the buyer's name. Click on the signature field. I can put that in, squeeze that in here for the buyer. That's close enough. The date should be on here, so if you click on date signed, as soon as your buyer signs that, it'll put the date on there that he signed it. Now we just represent the buyer, so the listing agent, after we sign this, after this is all signed, DocuSign will send it to you in an email. Then you can just forward that email over to the listing agent and say, here's the buyer signed documents, now they need to get the seller to sign. All right, so page 2, we need an initial here for all the buyers. So we're still on the buyers thing, so I can click on initial, drag and drop, and I'll just shrink them up. Good. Next page, initial, here. Next page, initial, here. Faster way to do this, click on it, use Command C or Control C to copy, and if I scroll down to the next page, if I hit Command, I clicked off of it, and I hit Command V or Control V to paste. There it is. So now I can scroll down, Command V, 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 and scroll down again. It's a little tedious, but much easier than driving over to your contact's house. And then there's initial on the last page here, don't forget that. So I'll put that initial there, and then you can see the buyer needs to sign. So buyer name, so signature, put it on the buyer's here. Now this is the first time I'm seeing this buyer's name, so I don't know if that's just an error on this contract. Oh no, there were two buyers, that's my bad. So then I would be doing this twice. So I would find the other buyer, and if you forgot to add somebody, you just hit back, and then you can add them. You won't lose this. So then you'll have your third buyer here, click on their name, put a signature there, and then you're gonna need to go down, you're gonna need to put their initial right next to the other buyer, the whole way down. So you can even highlight both of these with the drag of the mouse, Control C or Command C, Command V, Command V, Command V. This is, or you can just do one at a time. Ryan Rentals, initial, drag and drop. You don't want it, oops, hit delete, goes away. James Stothy, initial, boom, hit delete and it goes away. Okay, now we go down, we're good, we got all the signatures and initials where they need to be, and let's say, there's a CIS on here and they forgot to check something off. Well, if you look on the left side, you have lots of other options as well. So you can pick your name, then click on the checkbox, and let's just say this was something that could be that, they forgot to check off lead paint. As long as it's not signed, you could just drop that checkbox over top of whatever was forgotten. You can double click on it to put a checkbox there, or if you click on it, you can just hit space on your keyboard and it'll check it off. So you can do that. So this is common for like a CIS or lead-based paint or something like that. So you can check it off on behalf of your client to make it a little bit easier. You could also add text. Okay, so if this wasn't signed, or if it is signed, I could add text here. I could cross something out. Let's say they put the wrong name on for somebody. Let's say that's the wrong name. To cross something out, on the left-hand side, click on this little pencil, then click on line. Let's click where you want it to start, drag it to where you want it to end, put your text box next to it, which you can come over here to type into it, or you can double click on it, put the right info in there, see it auto size for me, and now I'm good. So now because I made a change, I know I need my client to initial it. So I'm going to come back here, Ryan Reynolds, initial, put that next to it, and now the seller can initial next to the buyer. As soon as I hit send, that's going to go to their email, my client's email, and to mine, because I need to sign this as well. And then once I sign it, once my client signs it, I'll get another email from DocuSign that says completed. It literally says completed, and it'll have this document signed and in the email, and then you can send it over to the other agent that way for them to get their client to sign.